Few answers tonight in the death of a K-9 officer. The dog died more than a year ago, and the district attorney's office has yet to release any results of its investigation.
KSL investigator Courtney Johns joining us with the latest on this case, including an estimate on just how much this is costing taxpayers.
I have filed dozens of records requests with several state agencies over the last 14 months trying to get answers. Every time these agencies sent denials saying it's under investigation. But when we filed an appeal with the Utah Department of Corrections, the department decided to sit down with us to discuss that case, including the status of the officer responsible for the K-9.
July 13th, 2023.
The handler is devastated at what happened, and he's working through those emotions and that difficulty.
Temperatures were in the high 90s when Loki was found dead inside his handler's truck near the kennels at the Utah State Prison. Several state agencies have denied our requests for investigatory records, stating the district attorney is still investigating. It has now been 447 days since the dog's death.
We've received very little information on what happened to this dog, but I think it's pretty clear what happened. Is it safe to say that this death could have been avoided?
Absolutely. No question about that.
Citing the ongoing investigation, Director of Communications and Government Relations for the Utah Department of Corrections, Glenn Mills, would not provide specifics on what happened that day or if the officer, who is still working for the Corrections Department, was ever disciplined.
But what I will say is that the officer has not been involved in handling a K-9 since the incident.
Will the officer ever be allowed to have a K-9?
At this point, there is no plan for that.
Why?
This is an ongoing situation.
A situation that amounted to an officer going on paid leave for almost 4 months, translating to just under $21,000.
Has UDC done an assessment overall on how much this incident cost taxpayers?
That's something that we have to take very seriously. And that's something that is considered when we talk about potential discipline in this case. So that definitely is a factor for sure.
According to the department, Loki, as well as his replacement Max, cost nearly $20,000. That, combined with the officer's paid leave, adds up to just over $40,000. That doesn't include the time the department spent training a new K-9, an 8-week course plus annual recertification, or the cost of the investigation, which was done by the State Bureau of Investigation, an estimate we are still waiting to hear back on.
Cost aside, the tragedy here is the loss of a K-9 officer. We rely on our K-9 officers to complete our mission here in the Department of Corrections, and they play a key role in that. That's the most devastating element to all of this.
Utah Department of Corrections is also making changes to their policies to clearly define when a K-9 should be in a car or a kennel. They also plan to eventually equip all K-9 vehicles with alert systems that can notify an officer when a vehicle becomes too hot. As for that investigation, the district attorney says they're still collecting evidence, adding that corrections sent them material as recently as last week, and the DA has a responsibility to be thorough. Deanie and Mike, back to you.
Courtney, thank you.